Hey MQ. The quest continues.
Hey Anthony! How's it going, buddy? The quest does indeed continue, my friend. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the 39 months. Welcome back to the quest, my friend. Hello, hello. How are y'all doing today? Hope everyone's doing well. I am back after a little mini break. I had a lot of work stuff on, and then I wasn't very well actually last week, but I'm back. Newt Newt. Hey Ellie. How's everyone doing? Yeah, so I've had this kind of cold. I mean, it's the time of year, right? Where I'm just kind of lost my voice a little bit last week, but kind of like on the tail of it now, so I still feel a little bit bunged up. You might be able to hear it a little bit in my voice, but I'm over the worst of it, getting better. So, and I've been missing Frosthaven, to be honest, because I haven't played it at all. And we're getting quite close to the kind of first major content drop, right, of early access. So the roadmap is in August. We will get the first kind of big patch that's going to include 3 classes, I believe, from memory. God, it's been 3 weeks and I've completely forgotten everything. That's not good. Yeah, so we got 3. Trap, Prism, and Meteor. It's October. It could be, you know, in what? A week? Could be a week today. Yeah, could be a week today. Or it could be like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We really don't know. I'm kind of hoping that it's more towards the end of October because I have some time off. Because I just had to take some time off, really. So I've got some time off in October, so I'm kind of hoping that it's around there. It also would make sense to maybe be around kind of Essen Spiel time. Like I kind of preemptively took Essen off, although now I don't think I am going to go to Essen. So if it comes out around that time, that'd be kind of perfect, because then we can play a good amount. Hey Kira, the 2 years into physical Frosthaven for 3 players and still early in Gloomhaven 2.0 for 2 players. Nice. Still haven't cracked my second edition yet. It's in playing. I've opened the box. I haven't done any sorting yet, though. still down here at my feet. I almost took the leap because where I am right now in my kind of like new house and my new office, it's much smaller than my previous office. This is kind of like a temporary situation until I can renovate the garage, but it might take me at least a year or two, I think. My eye out for like summer next year is a bit of a project to do, but it's going to be a long one because it's a brick garage, so it's going to need fully insulating, probably a new roof. There are electrics out there, but I'll probably want to obviously put in new electric points in certain places, and obviously get the drywall up and decorate and flooring and all of that stuff. So it's quite a way off. Quite a big project, I think, overall. But I was very close to nearly pulling the trigger on some shelving to go in here, which will be the shelving that I want to use in the new office as well. So kind of like transferable. I am going away from the Kallax IKEA shelving, and instead I'm going for the Jimenez. Which I can show you guys. This is the new one I'm going to go for. In this color as well, I think, because I feel like I've got the kind of black brown vibe going on. So black is still very much base color, but I was looking at some people like reviewing bookcases for board games specifically, and they really recommended this one as being very, very sturdy and then not having much wasted space. Because the problem with like Kallax is that it works very well because there's no back, so you can kind of just push things. So like deep boxes are quite good. But what does end up happening is that because the cubes are quite deep, when you do want to just have like a nice flush face, you want the like games to be flush along the shelf edge, which is what I did before. And there's loads of wasted space behind. Now you could put like empty boxes or just maybe another few games that you don't play behind there. But if you're somebody like me who kind of likes to have everything on display and can kind of see everything, it doesn't work so well. So although I think Kallax is by far the most economical solution, and I really liked like the kind of crazy Tetris thing that I built in my previous office, where I kind of like I had one laying on top of another one, and then kind of like I had like a 4x2, I had 4x2s, I had 6x4s, I had basically every configuration. I had some 2x1s, I had basically every configuration that you could get, and I had kind of cleverly kind of created a nice kind of, so it was like not necessarily all level, there were kind of levels to it, which was quite nice, but it's quite inefficient. So this is the one, I think. You just bought this bookcase and really recommend it. Nice, Bessie. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. I watched a TikTok and they reviewed all of the kind of IKEA shelving options, and they settled on this one. It is the more expensive for sure, so I'm a bit nervous about it, because I think I worked out that we can probably math this out. 84.8 centimeters. What is like the average?
In the game of Yahtzee, when I finish with a score sheet, should I throw it away or put it back in the box for historical purposes?
Ooh, Oxy with the deep philosophical questions about board games. I keep them all. So I'm a keeper. And the reason why, maybe not for something like, Yahtzee's a bit of maybe a different animal, because you kind of like, I don't know, maybe not. Yahtzee's a little bit more easy to follow. But with lots of other board games with their score sheets, I always put the completed score sheets back in the box. And the reason is so that when we kind of play it again, or if new people are playing it, I can kind of give them the score sheet and I can say, hey, this is kind of like what our scoring was like last time, to give you a general idea of what a good score is. You know, this is what won, this is what everybody else got, this is kind of like where people score points. So once you kind of explain the game, you teach the rules, and then you can kind of go, if you would like, as an extra reference, here is like how we scored last time we played. And that might give you an idea of what might be a good idea, a bad idea to do. And also gives people an idea of if they're doing well or not midway through the game. You know, so yeah, I'm a keeper. Also, like now that me and my girlfriend were quite competitive against each other, so she likes to like whenever she wins, she will kind of save the score sheet. And there was a score sheet for harmonies on our fridge for quite some time where she absolutely just battered me at harmonies. I was awful. She got a really good score. And the good thing about harmonies though is that there is space for 4 players, and because we're playing 2, I was like, we're going to play again, a rematch, and it's going to go on the same score sheet. And I won the second time, not as handily as she beat me the first time, but I won. So we're now kind of tied on the fridge score sheet. Hey Brian, good to see you, buddy, too. You keep the score sheets, was expecting much an earnest answer. Yeah, see, and thank you for the sub, the resub, buddy, 59 months. Yeah, honestly, I like keeping score sheets. I think keeping score sheets is a good thing. Also, I quite like it, like if you go to a board game cafe and they have score sheets inside the box as well, I always find that super interesting. I know that some people like to actually mark the box themselves. Like people who play like a particular game a lot. So like if you're a massive, I don't know, Terraforming Mars fan or something like that, then I know people will actually write their scores inside the box, like who won last time they played or what that winning score was, as like a record of how many plays they've had of that, which I think is, I mean, I would cry a little bit inside because I'd be essentially defacing a board game unnecessarily. So I feel like I personally couldn't do that, but I like the idea. I like the idea. How about them Bears? Yeah, how about them Bears? I'll tell you what, if we didn't win, I might not have had the energy to stream this week. You know, I might have just been like, you know, I don't fancy it. But, you know, they gave me the extra pep in my step this week that I needed. I was going to look at like average board game box dimensions. 11-inch by 11-inch, 29 centimeters by 29 by 7.2. So 7.2 is the important part. 7.2. Calculator time. So 84.8 divided by 7. Is it 7.2? 7.2. You can get 11.7 reoccurring games. Standard size games. In one of those. This is pretty good, right? So, what's that? It's 11 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I don't need to do a calculator for this. It is 66, I know that. But 66 games. And I reckon I can fit 3 of these in this room. So that's 200. That's like half of my collection, chat. You saw flat? Oh, I mean, no, I just like the look. I know it's very frustrating that the games will get all messed up in the box. Like the components never like, yeah, I totally get that. But I just like the look. And also it just feels nice to just be able to pull out the game you want without having to take anything off. Although there is that kind of box throne thing, isn't there? Which is really quite cool. Box throne. Which, this is cool. This kind of solves that problem. But it's quite expensive, I think, and like I don't feel like it's a very efficient with the space because you can only go so high, right? How much is it? Right, I mean, like, come on. So that can hold 24 games, and you're trying to sell it to me for £250? Get out of here! See that? I can store how many did I 66 games for £200. And it's actually like a nice piece of furniture that, you know, in theory, like if I was to ever get rid of my games or something, like it's not, you know, only for one purpose piece of furniture. If you didn't have all the Calaxes, you might get one. Yeah, I mean, the thing that swung my mind a little bit on the Calax thing was that when I moved house, I had to put all of my stuff into storage, and I put all of the Calaxes into storage. Some of them went in assembled, some of them went in kind of like I kind of half disassembled them as best as I could, just to kind of get them into the storage unit. But we've reassembled them back here, and they are just scratched up to hell. Like, they are such bad condition now. So I'm going to use them as garage shelving. So at the moment, they're just in the garage. And so they're just got all my tools and stuff like that on it at the moment. And then probably I'll just get rid of them and probably just get some actual, like, proper, you know, garage shelving. That's a bit more, like, a bit heavier duty and stuff. Just buy games with sturdier boxes and stack them. I mean, at the moment, that's what I've been doing. My games have just been holding out. Just all stacked on top of each other. It's not good. I'm a bit nervous about getting to the bottom of the stack at some point. At some point, I'm going to have to dig them out. But yeah, I was going to order these. But the thing is that, again, it's so much more expensive, right? Because if you go to, like, Calax... So, like, see what I mean? And that will hold probably not quite as many as that bookcase, but it won't be far off. I did love them, but I'm ready for a change, you know? I'm ready for a change. I can embrace change, and it looks nice. And I kind of like that it's off the floor a little bit too. I don't know, just looks a little bit nicer. Means I can actually, because the other thing is that my Calax were like covering up all of the sockets in one of the room. So I had to run a hidden extension into one of the back of them. But yeah, this kind of thing, I mean, I guess if I had like maybe, if I had a very small, but like curated collection, right? Like you know, you keep your collection small because you're kind of trying to, you know, you're purposefully trying to keep a very like tight collection, which I think is a very hard thing to do. I would find that personally very hard, but I like the idea a lot of people have where they say, okay, right, I have 48 shelves, so I have 48 games. And if I want to buy a new game, then an old one's got to go. And you kind of like curate your collection in that way. I like that idea. I think that's a very cool way of doing it. But I'm not like that. I'm a hoarder. I'm a spreader. I can't help myself. Also, it just seems to be like, I mean, it's basically like just shop fitting stuff. Right? You ever been like the shelves in shops, like retail stores? They're kind of like this. And like usually the brackets just hinge in and then there's a thing come off of it. So I don't think it's particularly, like, to me, it doesn't seem like it's anything like, you know, super clever. It's just kind of like reusing a pretty standardized common way of fitting shelves. It's just, yeah, good marketing, I guess. And I'm saying, I'm sure the build quality is good too. not sure if they're on Amazon. We went with the Iron CK brand shelves. Iron CK. Iron CK shelves. Oh yeah, these are like dollars, right? Probably not available in the UK. They look nice. They look really nice. I like this one. This is nice. Ooh. Oh yeah, how deep are those? What's the depth? Give me the depth. 30 centimeters? Yeah, that's it. 30 centimeters is kind of the board game depth. I mean, and 29.8 seems a bit small for this one. Maybe this one's not the right ones. Maybe just these ones. I haven't played that game in 8 years, but you never know. I might want to play it again someday. Hey, I've probably got games that I have owned for 8 years that I haven't played. I would put money on that. That there is probably a game somewhere, like in my collection, somewhere in a bag, somewhere in a box, that I have owned for 8 years or more, and that I have never played. It might not be in Shrink because I might have like opened it to punch it or something like that. But I would stake money on that. Candyland, unfortunately not. I kind of have like a strict no. Well, I say like I do have a few mass market games, but Candyland's not actually that popular over here in the UK. You know, we kind of have Payday. Payday is kind of like the Candyland. You know, I think you guys have Payday too, but Payday's just more popular over here. That one is open. Yeah, Candyland is obviously open. Wish you had that mentality that gets you PlayStation 2 and GameCube back in the day when you sold them. Yeah, I mean, I'm fully aware that board games have absolutely no collector value, really. Like, there's maybe the odd game here or there that is worth a little bit more, but in general, games just do not hold their value. And well, they hold their value, but they hold their kind of like just below retail value. Like in terms of, they're not quite as bad as something like a DVD or a CD, which could, I mean, maybe they'll come back at some point, but you know, they didn't just go down to pennies on the pound, as we would say here in the UK, not dollar, but cents on the dollar. What do you guys say? Got some of your non-board game family hooked on Flip 7. Somehow they also enjoy Space Base. Oh, that's a good one too. So we played Flip 7 quite a lot over like some parties and things with family over the summer, and it went down really well actually with non-gamers, because it's basically like you're playing blackjack. I think the only thing about it was that people were just constantly going for 7. Like they weren't. I don't know if that just says that there were the people were just like didn't really care and were just gambling and were happy to just gamble. But yeah, I just noticed that like most people just like no one ever stuck. They just went for it every time. And the game that they've just, actually we can talk about it now, because I've wanted this game for a while and it's always been out of stock, and I've just ordered it, and you might have seen it, but Magical Athlete has just been, I've ordered it and it is on its way to me here in the UK, so I had to get it exported. But Magical Athlete has been reprinted by CMYK Games. This is a very old game, but a very silly game. Oh, I thought you guys could see my screen. You can't, because I've now got the game open. So yeah. Magical Athlete. It's a silly game. You essentially kind of draft these crazy characters at the beginning of the game, and then you just roll and move. It's a roll and move race, but each of these characters has something like some kind of ability that will trigger at certain points that just make the game like stupid. And so I got this specifically to play like with my girlfriend's family over like Christmas and stuff, because they will love it, because it's just roll and move, stupid stuff happens. So there's no need for me to explain rules or anything. And to be fair, I think my game group, after a few drinks, would also really enjoy this. Like an end of night game, 100%. And I love the artwork on this game, like the way that they've done it. And it's one of those kind of games where they didn't. It was out of print for ages and ages and ages, and a lot of people kind of like, look, you got people like maybe like print and playing their own version, or I don't even know if this is the original version. Like the original version was just like, you know, a lot of fun, but just not the same kind of vibe. And I just love what they've done to the artwork in the new version. Kind of really kind of make it. Just kind of embrace the silliness, and it makes it a lot more family friendly than being like, oh yeah, the barbarian does this, the whatever does this, right? Having this kind of stuff I think is really good. So yeah, that I have ordered, and so it is on its way. I almost went a week without buying a board game. Almost. Right. I think we're ready to go, aren't we? We're just kind of, we're still trying to retire. So it's been a while, and so we're trying to catch up exactly where we are. We are working towards retirement, and that requires that we get to here, doesn't it? So I believe we need to do Frozen Fjord next, which is a very tough scenario. Yeah. This is the one that I played with the devs. It's hard, but I think it's a necessary evil because we need to unlock the sanctuary retirement mission for Withers. So are we all working towards that? Yeah, I guess so. Oh yeah, he's retired. My life was so small before I met you. You walk with a frozen fist towards the main gate, all of their belongings packed up in a bag slung over their shoulder. All I knew was just Algox and the frozen wilderness. We fought each other, squabbling over our tiny little corner of the world. But then there was all of you. So many different people come together to work towards a common goal. And I travelled on a boat and met... No, we didn't actually do that. And met mental creatures that move on their own free will. I don't think we ever went on a boat. The frozen fifth shifts their pack, unable to contain their excitement. And now you're telling me that if I head south through the frozen pass, there's an entirely different world waiting for me to explore, full of deserts and rivers and swamps and cities. Now I don't know what's out there, what's possible. I simply don't have a choice but to go experience it. You arrive at the main gate, and the frozen fist gives you a soft, enveloping hug. Thank you, friend. Stay safe up here, and don't worry, I'll be sure to write. Oh. Shrike Fiends are the worst, yeah.
A clanking ahead causes you to take cover behind some trees. Metal banging against metal this far out into the wilderness can mean only one thing. The mechanical creatures that roam these parts are nearby. It's too cold to pick fights unnecessarily. Best to hide until they pass by and hope they don't detect you. It's been quite a while, and the longer the clanking continues, the more something seems wrong. It's intermittent and chaotic. Cautiously emerging from your hiding spot, you sneak a peek at the machine up the road. You were wrong. It's not one automaton. It's two. But they seem to be stuck together. Their legs push against each other, trying to push themselves apart. They struggle, gears grinding. Then they slip and collapse to the ground.
Oh, I can't remember what to do here. I feel like both of these have like pretty favorable outcomes for us? Let's study them.
You approach the two creatures cautiously, weapon sheathed. They freeze as they see you approach, and you make a show of your empty hands.
Threat assessment minimal.
One of the machines
he's a Dalek.
screeches and turns away from you. They don't appear to be attached or tied together. Their metal bodies just seem unable to move away. You watch as they activate cutting tools, slice off the stuck parts of each other's bodies and free themselves. They hobble away into the woods.
Very nice. Oh. Bye. The party gains an item, attractive bracelet. Use a hero to receive it. What does it do? Oh, I remember this item. At the start of an enemy's turn, before it determines its focus, perform pull 4. Target the enemy at range 5, muddle. I mean, who's going to be good for that? I mean, I guess probably Banner Spear would probably be good for that. Sure. I mean, that might help us move them into a formation. Do I actually have it equipped, though? Now I do. Okay. Sadist. Kill 5 or more monsters during the quest. There's a lot of monsters on this quest. There's a lot. But they're all pretty difficult for the Bone Shaper. They're all pretty difficult. High shield. Nasty things. Like Frost Demons moving quick. Imps just basically probably one-shotting most things. That's difficult, I think. Pacifist, kill 3 or fewer. Well, that's probably easier. Bastion, occupy a door hex adjacent to 2 or more enemies at the end of a round. No. Let's get Pacifist. Wastrel. No, we don't want to lose cards on this character at all. Not to damage anyway. Be targeted by attacks from 3 or more enemies in the same round. We could probably do that. Yeah. Big cushion it is. Plebeian. Never kill an elite enemy or boss. Nah. Promoter, perform an ability targeting an ally before your first rest and then in between each of your rests. I think we do that quite a lot because we move people around, right? That moving around is a targeted ability, I believe. And then Shirker. Kill an enemy not adjacent to you while adjacent to another enemy. Again, probably pretty possible with something like a javelin, but... or whatever, tip of the spear, even. Let's get Promoter, because I think that's something that we do anyway. We might have to look at our cards a little bit here, because I am a bit nervous about this scenario. Because Shrike Fiends are horrible. And realistically, they're going to be a problem. We need Pierce. We need Pierce. We need Bleed. It's going to be a fairly important thing. I think Future Cloud is going to be really good, actually, in this scenario. Really, really good. Angry Spirit's bottom is actually just elite, isn't it? At dealing with imps. It's pretty elite. Oh, but we have this now, don't we? Oh, we have this. Yes. So everything has Pierce now. Oh, is our turn 1 just like burn Oh my god. Oh, stamina is going to be fun on this character, huh? Whew. We're going to have to burn the bottom of this and the top of this. Turn 1. Or do I potentially wait? Yeah, potentially I wait and might burn this later. Maybe. I think we get rid of this and I think we go for Angry Spirits because I just feel like this is going to be really quite good. A Malicious Conversion is just a move 3 and we can just move 2 anyway, right? What's the difference of a move 1 between friends? Now, do we go for the kind of bleed build here? That's the question. Because I think it would be very strong. Especially in that little middle room. And also, we kind of had a really we had a really crazy build, didn't we, up for this? Because we were trying to do like the burner card every turn. So we kind of just had a load of random cards chucked in that we probably wouldn't normally have. So let's get rid of that. There's the wound card. What else do we have here? Horn Stingers. Don't want that, I don't think. Smoldering Hatred, maybe? No, maybe not. So it would be like Hail of Thorns, I guess. Needs a pierce, though. Needs a pierce. Icebound Quills. That's got a pierce. It's also got a shield and retaliate, which is going to be quite good. Okay, Icebound Quills definitely. Maybe we do bring reshape the guys then. We've got a, yeah. We need to get rid of a left to put in a right. I still feel like they need to adjust the way that this menu is displayed because it's just kind of a bit awkward, isn't it? Do we want drag down? Yeah, drag down's just too legit. Too legit to quit. Changeling's Boon is a bit meh, isn't it? Actually, I mean, I know it's like an attack 2 and an attack 2, but against something with shield, you really just want to do one big attack, not 2 little ones. I mean, it works well with poison, but I'm not sure about that. And then we play Reshape the Guys because it's just got a nice kind of heal on it and potentially does something. It's either that or we use Smoldering Hatred instead. No, I think like having an extra heal might be good. Okay. I'm like, Gemini's so like confusing to me. So still such a confusing character. It's so difficult to just choose what to do. I think like a UI change in digital would be really helpful because just I miss the ability to just lay all the cards out in front of me and like one side, the other side, and just kind of see the interactions. So I think some better filtering options would be lovely. Okie dokie. What do we need? Unbreakable Wall, Tip of Spear. We've pretty much got everything that's good here. Do we want any banners? Is there going to be any banners that are really good here? I mean, Banner of Strength is going to be good. Banner of Hope might be quite good. That's range retaliate, isn't it? Which is pretty good. But we are kind of playing a little bit more of an aggressive character here. That's the idea. The idea is we're playing more aggressive. Hang on. Are we not level 2? We're level 2, right? Why do we not have... Am I going crazy? Level 2. Where's our level 2 card? Oh, up here. Oh, it's sorted by level backwards. Oof. Oof. Yeah, I think I'd like deflecting maneuver here. But how do I get deflecting maneuver in? Get rid of Unbreakable Wall. Because Unbreakable Wall is just not going to be very good in this scenario. Yeah. I'd say Resolved Courage is probably also not going to be very good in this scenario because of the, you know, mostly ranged enemies. Yeah, maybe we keep Unbreakable Wall. I'm not really using Pinning Charge for the top. Or, you know, deflecting maneuver potentially for the top, but I think just a little bit more tank is quite good in this scenario, isn't it? Prevent the bridge. Okay, let's do it.
Not wishing to brave the harsh, unforgiving waters of the sea, you opt to hike along the coast.
Let's skip this. We've done this one before. We know what we're up against. Nut. What's my opinion on Snowflake versus Fist for +3?
Turn back.
Ooh.
Turn back.
For +3? I mean, I've not played on +3 myself, so it's hard for me to say, give you like a really great answer here, but my gut would probably go with Snowflake, at least initially, just because in general, when you're playing higher levels of difficulty, board control is better. So, and that character has a lot of moving enemies around board control and stuff like that. So, my gut would tell me probably Snowflake. I mean, there are... Fist does get like stuns and things like this that can be reoccurred. And also one of the interesting things about Fist is that the higher level difficulty that you play on, the more damage that you take from attacks, and therefore the harder it is to reoccur cards as well. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword with that character where it's a very fine needle to thread with that character on high level of difficulty, I expect, because, you know, you take one hit that you're not really expecting, you're either burning a card or it's going to completely upset your ability to recur cards. So I mean, Banner Spear kind of needs to be with someone, right? Otherwise, really, we're not doing... What are we doing here? You know? Sorry I don't have, like, a perfect answer for you, Archie, but that would be my gut. It would probably be Snowflake. I think we want to... I think we pretty much want to burn Putrid Cloud on the first turn, but I don't think we want to go for anything else. We're certainly then just going to kind of make skeletons, you know? Probably want to start in ranged form here. That makes sense. He was leaning that way. Thanks. Yeah, no worries. It's interesting because Fist is one of those kind of characters that does give off a little bit of a broken vibe, you know? Like if you kind of pair it with certain things, like it could, in theory, make certain scenarios incredibly easy. It's got that vibe where you're like, well, I can just, you know, move a billion, you know, I can just move a billion squares and I can just do this on certain scenarios, you know? So I feel like at time, I mean, I think that's kind of like, I guess, like the double-edged sword of Frosthaven in general is that certain scenarios can be incredibly trivial for certain classes. That might well be true for the Snowflake too, though. I'm gonna need a big move here, aren't I? Try and get a pincer movement off. In order to do that, though, we probably need to do something a little bit simpler. Oh, I don't know, actually, because if we go kind of like 76... no, we can't go 76. Actually, bear in mind, I have to go early, right? Otherwise, I'm going to break the bridge. So in this scenario, for those who maybe have not played this scenario, it's a very cool looking scenario. But these enemies, Shrike Fiends, are a real pain. But they will, well, all enemies will attack the kind of level, if you like, which is this bridge. And they will attack this bridge when they can't attack you. So if you ever kind of don't engage, then and they draw an attack, they will go for you. So it means you can't really play the scenario too passively. Like, so for example, on the first turn, I would love to just go, and I was planning to just to go late, you know, let it develop a little bit on the first turn. But actually, that's a really bad idea because these guys could just kind of come up here and do a bunch of damage, and we lose the scenario very quickly. So actually, maybe enemies be in melee form here. Actually, no, we can still go in range because they're still going to be too far away, aren't they? So we kind of go for 4. 1, 2, 3. And we can maybe do like Scarab Flight, for example. Let's do that on 30. That does mean, however, that we can't really do anything super cool here, but we could just, you know, kind of like line up a javelin or something. Might be a good idea. Line up a javelin. These guys are ranged, I believe, for the most part, right? I think they're ranged. Does mean is that we're going to have to like go earlier actually here and just kind of get the skeleton out. Yeah, see, like stuff like this, like it's just killer, right? How are skeletons going to survive this, you know? They're just not. It sucks. It's not technically an attack either, which is the other really annoying part of this. I don't think there's any way for me to get both of them either because of the way the hexes are kind of patterned out. So we'll go here though because this kind of gives us tip of the spear potential. We want to stack them. No, we don't want to use the magnet here. See, it's just not nice, isn't it? Because it's not an attack, it doesn't trigger Future Cloud, which just blows. So actually Unbreakable Wall here is really good. So that's nice. Obviously we don't really get any of the bonuses for the wind, which kind of sucks, but in theory we could play the bottom of deflecting maneuver because these guys are probably going to want to move away and do ranged attack on us, so this could work quite well. See, we're still melee here, which is nice. Oh no, we're not, we're ranged, aren't we? Oh, that sucks. We probably need to move. So we could move. Yeah, this is where we kind of get into a bit of trouble, I think. We could self as offering the banner spear. And then potentially just heal ourselves. And then how do I switch? I switch with an into my embrace next turn. Or my spike bomb, I guess. That will work. So we want to play the bottom of Angry Spirits, and I'll get a quick flow of the Black River in as well, I think. Oh, it's a melee attack. Oh, interesting. Okay, I did not think that they were melee. That will make things interesting here, I think. Hang on. Right. Flip it. Right. Am I mad? What's going on? Okay. Oh yeah. How strange. One of those weird ones. Like, surely I can flip it. Yeah, poison. You're not immune to poison, right? No. This is gonna hurt. Poison did not work? No, it didn't. Immune to poison. I probably should have checked that before I used it. Well, that means that that item is pretty useless for us anyway, I suppose. So no harm in using it. Okay. This is going to be a bit of a horrible turn. Next turn, what are we doing? We're just doing a couple of attacks, really. Just let them do their thing here. Oh, it's a push. That's actually... no, maybe that's okay, because then we can share damage here. Maybe it's better we share damage here. I think we let him die. I think he dies. I think he dies. Well, I can only really stay in one place, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can do a double attack here, which is quite nice on 18. Try and maybe hopefully draw a +1 on this one. Pull 2 though. 1, 2. Just thinking if we can kind of get them into a nice position for something here. I could pull this guy 1, 2 into here, right? And then that gives us a pretty nice combined effort. So we're on 32. So we go 18. Yeah. Now the problem is I have no idea how we kill this. Like, honestly, no idea. I'd like to say I have a plan, but I really don't. That was one of my supposedly intelligent devices. Kind of need to make another one, don't we, really? Yeah. Target 3? Oh. That means we might not have any. Right, so... Right, so we want to do this on this one, and I think we want to pull him to here. Oh, okay, we kill anyway. Well, that's good. I guess I could use the magnet, right, to pull him to there. But that's before his turn. Oh, and his turn is next. That could work. And make it go disadvantage as well. Yeah. Oh, shoot. No. Did not quite work how I thought it would work. Oh, that works. Okay, it pulled me. I pulled you, you pulled me. It all worked out. They're probably immune to wound, aren't they? Yep. Oh, actually, hang on. Do that. Undo that a second. Because I can do the old pincer, right? Or, oh no, we can just play Pincer. We can play... We can play Rallying Cry if we go there. Oh, do some damage, please. Okay, we're actually not doing as bad as I feared right now. We're kind of doing okay over here. 2 skeletons up. You know, never say never. So we're definitely going to do the old rallying cry. We'll do that nice and early. There's no point in us not, you know, let's not screw around here with our initiatives or anything. Guess the only annoying thing is we didn't end up using Reshape the Guys, because that would have been a really nice way to get some healing. It's just going to be get some loot, isn't it? Get some loot and just make sure I don't accidentally get out of this form. That's basically it. We should definitely heal. Oh, should we heal? Because essentially it's kind of wasted. Forget that we can't heal ourselves. We can heal ourselves with the bottom of that, I suppose. An exploding corpse could just be a little bit of a throwaway card here. But it's only a heal for 1, which just does not seem very efficient right now. Or I could heal the skeleton up. Yeah, maybe keep the skeleton alive is better here. Yeah, especially with that, I think. That is not very nice. So again, we should be able to do that. Rotate. Nice. Doing good with the banners so far in this scenario. It's quite a small, packed room, but we've already hit... We hit what? Like, not banners, sorry. Formations. We hit like 3 formations in that little sequence. Not too shabby. Okay, nice. That's pretty good. I mean, we're all taking damage, right? I mean, it's got range 3. I suppose I could move away. I don't really want to take damage here. It should die to the poison. Oh, no. Oh, it's immune to poison, right? It was me thinking Future Cloud was great in this scenario, forgetting that everything's immune to poison, and then immediately losing because of that. Woohoo! How great. Please kill this. I beg of you. Ooh. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, go on, Skelly. Get on, Skelly. Well, that's... I would like to say that's the most difficult room done, but it's not. We're now got Horror 1. It's Frosty's ever MQ. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Keith. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Okay. Well, we're in that kind of weird situation, aren't we? Where it's like, do we rest? Do we not rest? Yada, yada. I mean, we kind of have a very nice synchronized rest here, so I think resting is a good thing. You guys don't need to move. I guess I may as well reuse that, right? I'm literally getting it back. So kill one. It's gonna bless, is it? Yeah, I think we do that. Do we get rid of angry spirits? It's just like good though. I think I want to play Solid Bones soon. Fell Remedy is going to be better now we're going to link up with our team. Bone Dagger is very good, but just hard to hit. Exploding Corpse is kind of like the same thing as Angry Spirits, isn't it? Sort of like in a similar kind of vein. Or do we get rid of a skeleton? Oh, I don't think we get rid of a skeleton. We have quite a bit of heal in the party, but then, like, just sometimes just getting a heal too to make another summon is just so useful. Oh, tough decision. I mean, I think it's probably Angry Spirits. I don't love it, but I think that's what it is. Hey, Justin. I'm good, buddy. How are you doing? I'm very well. I'm just kind of coming off the back of a cold. So I've had a bit of a cold. Not been feeling very well the past, like, week. So I went away with work, and then I came back, and then kind of got sick. Which tends to happen when you spend, 4 days in an exhibition hall surrounded by people. This time of year, it kind of is an inevitability, really. But coming off of the worst of it now, so. Could argue maybe pincer movement, but then pincer movement will be quite good when they're coming from this direction and I'm coming from this direction. But then, do I need to just go this way though and tank? That is the question. Can't get rid of Tip of the Spear, it's just too good. Can't get rid of Combined Efforts, too good. Can't get a regroup really, because we just need the heal over the course of the scenario. Javelin, too good. Pinning Charge, too good. Deflective Maneuver, yeah, too good. Except for the Charge, too good. Oh, it's a movement, I think. Hey, son, how's it going, buddy? I'll tell you what I have been doing, though, when I've been sick this past week, is I've been playing quite a lot of Borderlands 4, which I've been having a very fun time playing. I'm a massive Borderlands fan, and I played through the entirety of the third game on stream, I believe, when it came out. It was very early on in my streaming days. Some of you may remember that. And yeah, I really like it. I think Borderlands 4 is arguably the best Borderlands. I mean, 2 is pretty hard to beat just for nostalgia's sake. But I have to say, it's very, very good. And very fun. Got you feeling better? You got sick this week too? Been on the up and up now? Yeah. I'm kind of glad to get it out of the way now, to be honest. Hopefully then I should be good. Just sure, it looks like we're doing well on this mission. I hope so. But the thing with this mission is that sometimes it feels like you're doing well, and then you realize that you don't have the stamina to finish, you know? It's the kind of scenario where if you look like you're doing well, then perhaps you're doing like too well, if you know what I mean. And you've actually, you know, you're gonna lose because your stamina is gonna go. I hope that's not the case, but it could be. I think from memory, there's probably a pretty good little forming up of people here, but we could also go melee here. We could go in for the big turn, right? The big venomous barbs turn. But we would need, so we need to go like hornet stingers, venomous barbs. Would be a pretty clutch opening to this room. And then we would follow up with like just a regroup to get a heal going on them. We would potentially play Unbreakable Wall regroup. Either for ourselves or for them, depending on the way that this goes. You've been playing Microtopia, an ant colony builder, obsessively this last week. Oh, is that, what, like a video game or a board game? I noticed there's a lot of board games about ants at the moment, or seem to be coming out. Seems to be a popular theme. There's like a very, I think the game is literally just called Ants. I think it's a pretty hot Essen release, or looks like it might be. There's some very fun stuff coming out at Essen this year. I said I've booked the time off, and I was very tempted to go, but then I think I'm going to spend the money on shelving for my room instead of going. Maybe I should worry about the board games that I already have. Maybe I can do my own Essen in my own house. It's a video game? Nice. Microtopia. I'll have to check it out. I have a summon. I need another one. We need another summon. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to open that door, don't I, really? Otherwise, we're just going to be kind of stuck in here a little bit. I think we do want to go late. Oh, this is a risky play because they could end up hitting the structure. Oh, I'll risk it for a biscuit.
Blood and feathers cover the white bone of the bridge.
Okay. That's bad. Do I literally just walk forward 1? This could be like a very good venomous barbs, chat. It's gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4 things, 4 XP. And they're on low value attacks as well, which is like the dream. Disadvantage attack 1. What are you gonna do about it, Wind Demon? What you gonna do? Shame it doesn't have one more retaliate on it. Imagine if it was retaliate 4. It would just be, oh, that would be like the dream scenario. I mean, this is pretty close though. Consume? Yeah. Oh yeah, I want the extra retaliate. Oh hell yeah, I want the extra retaliate. Please. Come at me, Wind Demons. I dare you. Oh, I'll take a -1. Oh, let's take 1 damage. So good. Hey, Ken. Noot noot. God, I actually feel like I'm just gonna put this on here. Ready to go. Miss. Oh. Huge plays. I mean, that was a bit annoying though. I mean, come on. Really? Really? I mean, only 5 damage to the bridge, but, I mean, as we know, this thing can escalate ridiculously fast. These guys are lined up super well now, huh? Like, come on, there's got to be something. I got rid of, Oh, I burned the unbreakable wall. Imagine. I mean, it would be difficult, but we got to go for a 2-for-1 here, though, for sure. We've got it, right? Or do we just... Oh. It's flailing tendrils time, baby. This guy's not is immune to wound. He is. But, I mean, this would kill all of these 3 of these Wind Demons. That would be a double burn, though. Which is... it's a double burn on a character who can hack it, though. I mean, that would be all of the Wind Demons dead. That's, like, really impactful. The only problem is they're not within range right now. So I would need to move, which I can luckily do with something like combined effort. It does mean, however, that I'd have to do on a hex adjacent to you. That's kind of interesting. Like I would have to move him, but I could always do something like, you know, deflecting maneuver top on this guy. Just to kind of like annoy him. And then we move them there. And then we do it. I think that's what we do, right? I mean, it's just... It's too much value. I mean, yes, we've burned 2 cards. But you got to think of like... That is a huge swing. Like a massive swing. Not to mention that we can probably... Like... If we were to be moved to there... We can still drag down this guy, right? We can drag down this guy. That's crazy. So we need to go... Hang on, I want to go 12, so we need to go before 12. So I do need to go 6. So that means I'm going to have to use to set the charge top. Not ideal, but I think, you know, for the purposes of this, I think this is a very good turn. We can just do a default attack too. It's not, you know, terrible. We're disarmed as well, right? Oh, we're disarmed, so we can't attack. No drag down for me. But Flaming Tendrils, no problem. So do I have anything... not really. I don't have anything else to play, do I? I guess you would just play... I want Trading Pieces to switch next turn. Guess we just play it this, because it doesn't really do anything. Let me get 12. Let me do 6 and 32. Okay. Cool. Well, that's some really strong turns right there. Really, really strong turns right there. Potentially a great opportunity to play Fell Remedy right now. We have Dark. Ooh. Can we Bone Dagger? Nah, it's not going to die. I mean, a nice heal, I think, is... I mean, Flow of the Black River is nice, just to kind of get 3 health. And then, potentially... I mean, it's a curse, right? It's still a curse. The problem is this guy's just going to kind of sit and not move, which is really annoying. So I... Yeah, we won't play Solid Bones until maybe the next rotation. I think that's a good plan. Thank God the Wind Demons aren't doing something funky there. I was a little bit concerned. Okay. There. You can go. Is it everything within range too, or what is it? Thinking I'm going to want to go for this chest, aren't I, at some point, but let's just stay there. That's not going to happen, so we just attack. So Gemini. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, this guy's immune, so whatever. Oh no, I forgot about that. I mean, yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine. I might actually command this guy. Just to kind of get him out of the way a little bit. Kind of just freeze me up slightly. Okay, he's not doing a multiple attack. So we'll kind of just get ourselves into this room nicely. Nicely into the middle. Oh no! Nice. Okay. Man, this has gone so well. Like, I don't want to jinx it, but it's gone so well. We are wounded though, so we have to kind of be a little bit careful, but I'm sure we'll be fine. 2, 3. Yeah, this javelin won't work for us anymore. Maybe we can tip at the spear, I suppose. 1, 2, 3. Tip of the spear. What do we need to do that? 1, 1, 2. I need to move 3. Which I cannot do. Tip of the spear's got to be our move here. There's no... 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, it's got to be moving towards the treasure chest. Or actually, maybe we send the Geminate on the treasure chest sort of thing. I mean, a nice drag down here could be quite good. 34. That could work quite well. Move 4, and then, you know, we'll play Javelin just in case. Just in case things get spicy. You, when the next... Don't want to do that. We definitely want to Fell Remedy. Oh, we can do some cursing here, though, I think. 1, 2. Maybe do some cursing. Who am I Fell Remedying, though? Range 3. 1, 2, 3. It's got to be this. It's got to be... It's got to be you, so you got to go on 21. And then I think probably just use deflect. Actually, just use deflecting measure. Screw it. Okay. Ooh, a 10. Ow. Ow. Oh no! The Shrike Fiend strike back! What? That was insane! Excuse me? Wow, this has suddenly gotten interesting. Oh! God! Our ability's just horribly OP. Yeah, I guess we just got lucky up to this point, huh? Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugh. Very selfish of me there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have just gone to there, taken a loot. 1, 2, 3, and I would have been there for it. But I didn't do that, did I? So we've got to do reshape the guys and then move on to the treasure chest. That's what we've got to do. I mean, we should be okay here, right? 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 We got 2 health. That's not good. Kind of means I can't play anything. I'm just gonna have to just run around, don't I? I can't be here, that's for sure. Okie dokie. That's not good. You're burning a skeleton, I think. Rejuvenating charm to the rescue. I mean, do we just go like double skeleton now and we just kind of don't bother with like anything else? So we just burn another skeleton to damage? Because everything else is kind of pretty good. Like, keeping us going. And we just go 2 skellies. I suppose there's a shuffle. Oh yeah, so this move, it's so horrible, isn't it? Like, this is the reason why Shrike Fiends are just, everyone hates them. I'm actually very surprised that they kind of remained in the game as they are, sort of thing, you know? Kind of very surprised by that. It's the exact reason why everyone hates them, yeah. I mean, they just don't feel like a fair enemy. Oh, I guess I did... Oh, I guess I didn't actually have to go on there. I forgot that this is a loot 1. Can we do an undo? Can I get an undo, please? I forgot that that's a loot 1. So in theory, I can kind of just go here and save myself 1 point of movement later, maybe. I mean, it might not really matter, but with difficult terrain costing 2 to move across, you know. Bone boots. Guess the devs want to be fair for the original game, which I can understand. Yeah, for sure. I mean, they can't, like... The thing is that it's still doable. It's just, I think, like, they are quite a unique enemy for this particular scenario, because the first time you come against them, really, or it will be for most players, I think. There might be some side quests you might be able to get with them in, but yeah. For the most part, people are going to see Shrike Fiends for the first time here, and they actually interact quite nicely with the scenario, because obviously they have that kind of, ooh, there's that scary card. If they draw it, they're going to do damage to the structure. So you kind of need to... like play aggressively. So I think it works quite well for this scenario. I think the problem comes with Shrike Fiends is that they then kind of reuse that enemy several times. And so like this little kind of quest chain here is you have this, then you have another one, I think. Right, you have like Raven's Roost. I think you have another one after that even. So you kind of like, you deal with Shrike Fiends like 3 scenarios in a row almost. It's too much. Like with most of these enemies, it's fine in moderation, right? Like in the right scenario, in moderation, they can be a fun opponent, but... I think I have a little problem with switching here. I'm probably going to end up long resting, aren't I? Am I going to have to short rest? Or do you think I can kind of just go for the long rest here? The long rest is going to be kind of sketchy for everyone regardless, I think. That's fine. To have done that loot, but I guess I can do the loot 1 later. Oh, nice. That's fine. I accept. I accept that damage. Right, well, we are going just 2 summons, which sucks. It means we probably need to get rid of something like... We probably actually need to burn Solid Bones now. I mean, apart from it being a move for Make Earth, which is quite nice for Fell Remedy, there's not really much else that it does. You know, Dark Tidings at least has a top, which situationally could be the difference in the game. Solid Bones does not have that. This will not situationally win me this scenario. I made a stupid error, which is that I went for Putrid Cloud, forgetting that Shrike Fiends are immune to poison. So this was a mistake. I should have gone for Solid Bones for sure, and that would have been my one. And then, you know, probably actually maybe even sideboarded out Putrid Cloud in this particular scenario for something a little bit more reliable. You know, something with the move 4 and maybe some action on the top. You know, Bone Dagger is again one of those cards where I just feel like, ugh. But the thing is with Bone Dagger, if I do time it well, it could be a huge swing for me. So I think I'm going to get rid of Solid Bones, just because Dark Tidings is... but maybe the 32 initiative, maybe the 10 initiative here, or the 11 initiative difference might be something. Grant 3 of your summons attack +0 with that. I mean, what's that really going to do? Give 2 summons, potentially, an attack of 2 with Curse. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, we're going to burn Solid Bones. Difficult choice there. Deflecting maneuver is going to be really good soon. Really good. As soon as the imps come into the game, it's going to be great. I guess that pinning charge is just like meh, but it's the it's kind of like the extra stuff that it brings. Tip of the Spear is going to be great because of the pierce, so we need to keep that. How am I finding Putrid Clouds? You want the other people you've been thinking about Putrid Clouds, you're curious about what it's like. Putrid Cloud has been probably one of the best cards, I think, for the Bone Shaper a lot. Like it's been in certain scenarios, it feels insane. It feels like a little bit of a cheat code because you just end up with all of the enemies being poisoned. So I think the thing with Putrid Cloud is that in your mind you kind of think, well, I need an enemy to get poisoned, then I need them to attack, and then they take the damage, and that's where the value lies. I don't think it is. I think the value in Putrid Cloud lies with just the fact that it will pretty much poison every enemy that you come across. Like, if they're not immune to poison, which, you know, that does happen, so on a scenario like this, it is bad. But in scenarios where they're not immune to poison, the value that gives of just everything being poisoned pretty much consistently is +1 damage to everything that's going on. So your summons attacking them, getting +1. You know, your allies attacking them, getting them +1. Like, all of that stuff, it just really adds up, I think. So I think it's actually a really, really good card. And it's very incremental value. Like, so the value may not, you know, stand out. But like when you look back and you think, well, actually, how much extra damage did Putrid Cloud get us over the course of the scenario? I think you'd be surprised. I think you'd be like, wow, actually, it contributed a lot. And blocking heals as well. You know, the side thing of like blocking heals from certain enemies. That's always like another little kind of hidden benefit. It's crazy. You play Bone Shaper and did not take this card, and watching you play, I regret it. Yeah, you're definitely going to try next time you Bone Shaper. Yeah, for sure. It's great. Really like it. It works best in the go wide. Like if you're not doing the go wide strategy with lots of skeletons, it doesn't really work because then I think you don't get the value. You really need like, you know, enough summons so that enemies are attacking different enemies are attacking different summons each turn, so then they're getting poisoned very reliably. I just feel like pinning charge is probably the weakest thing here. It's got lots of nice movement in it, but I can't really use the top, so... Says to go raging course, but backed by loads of skeletons. Yeah, also good. I think also, like, for me as someone who, you know, generally skews towards playing, like, higher levels of difficulty, it feels, like, tactically very rewarding, you know? Like, it feels like the kind of thing where it's like, okay, if I want it... I'm not playing on really high difficulty now, but if I was playing on high level difficulty, what's, like, super valuable? Well, direct damage that goes through shields, super valuable. Poison, super valuable. Like, you know, it kind of just adds up to be a very good proposition at higher levels of difficulty. Right, okay, we need to come up with a plan here, though. I don't really like the idea of opening both rooms. When that happens, it's kind of like a, oh crap, we are running out of stamina in this scenario type deal. We can deal with rooms quite cleanly. I think I'm on a long rest here, aren't I? Really? Unless I... Oh, no, I suppose I could do into my embrace top. I could do like a move 2. 1, 2, and go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, I could do that. Then I could pull him into here, and then we could do a combined effort or something. That seems reasonable. So what's that? 18, and then we would do 32 for the combined effort. He's immune to wound, isn't he? So this just feels like a bit meh. Where would I pull him to then? Like, pull him to like... What ability should I use? I don't know. Maybe it's like a door opening thing anyway. I need to summon, that's for sure. Yeah. It's kind of like a, yeah, it's like a Dark Tidings grave digging type turn, which I don't really love. Yeah, maybe I do just go for the combined effort. It's 1 XP, it's an attack of 3. Then potentially we go... I kind of want to open the door late, though. I'd love to open the door. No, I don't want to open the door late. I'm going to have to long rest on this character afterwards. We kill this, then we go into this room. Or short rest, I suppose. I could short rest. And that means I don't get to switch forms, I think. Been playing Jaws of the Lion on +1 difficulty with your established group. Progression is going well. We're enjoying the challenge, increased golden experience. Yeah, I love the leveling up faster, for sure. Getting gold and stuff. I like the rewards. Just combined effort. It's fine. God, I hate this. Like, what am I going to do? Move 2? I guess if he pulls him, I can always attack him for 2 to get the disadvantage and then just, like, do something as a move 2. Combined effort is a move 2. I just don't want to, I don't want to waste that, though. We're doing 18, so I have to go after that anyway. Oh, I just use Javelin as a move too. Let's not even think about it. 21. Okay, fine. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway, because he's screwed me over. Oh, joy. And it doesn't matter anyway, because he does his thing. God damn it. We're going to have to lose this loot. If I want to pull him, I have to go here, I think. Well, that's a good pull. We'll take that. Do I still open the door now? I mean, opening the door without a plan to go through it just seems a bit silly. Ugh. See, this is like where you kind of lose this scenario. Like we've been very good up to now, but this is where you kind of go, huh. Because now look, like I'm kind of like low on cards, right? If I short rest, how many? I mean, I have loads of cards left. Like for left side, I'm kind of okay. I could immediately switch into the other side too. Mind Spike. Stuff at 1 damage. 2 damage. I find Mind Spike really awkward. Actually. I think that's okay, right? Because we were looking for things on our left side. I think that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, like, not great, but we're okay. Hey, enthusiast, think you remember this movie? This scenario. Just read your name. This scenario. Yeah, like we actually had success with the devs on this one when we streamed with them. Which I think is, you know, winning this scenario first time is pretty difficult. Right, well, I can do a nice fell remedy here. I don't think we kind of go... Well, we kind of have to go... We go like 21. We go before 21 here so that we open the door so that actually something happens. Otherwise, nothing will happen and that will suck. We regroup. So we kind of get a big heal here. And then we go in. I think we're going to do like a little flip-flop kind of deal. A little flip-flop deal. Attack 3, range 3. 1, 2, 3. So again, we need to kind of be there. Heal. Oh, heals are fine, right? Heals are actually fine. So we just need to kind of chill. Should we let the scenario take some damage here? Like... It's an attack of 3. The worst it could be is 6. And... Oh, I guess the Skelly's going to go in anyway, right? 1, 2. And it's gonna... Skelly's going to eat it otherwise. I want to keep the Skelly alive. So I guess we just kind of go for it. He is going to immobilize us, which kind of sucks. So I think we just need to actually kind of get in there a little bit. Are we moving to? I can't remember what we're doing. So don't get too far away. 1, 2, 1, 2. least we can pull things. Shrike Fiend's the snow imps. The snow is just evil. Yeah, it is literally. And there's frost demons too. We killed 3 of them, but there's frost demons too. It's literally just a mix of the worst possible things. Not very fun. And they're going to get nice and close to us, which is great for our groupings. So, you know, this is going to work really well for some of our abilities. So I'm kind of happy with that. Oh, look, perfect. Curse too. Save him. We get to kind of do this. I mean, again, like we don't get everything we want here. That sort of sucks. But we have some nice ranged attacks we can pull off in the next turn. It's widely regarded as one of the harder ones. I feel like, yeah, this scenario is not only is it hard, but it's also fairly early on in the campaign, which is, I think, also. This is one of those kind of scenarios like it's kind of like Town Square from Gloomhaven. Town Square, is it B? Like, it just feels... I can see why some people would get to this scenario and just be like, I can't progress. Like, I don't understand. Like, how do I win? You know? We got an amazing Firefly Swarm here, if we can pull it off. I don't know if we will, but let's just hope, shall we? We might just use this as a move too, because we might not actually want to switch yet. The Town Square of Frosthaven, exactly. It's long, it's hard, and sometimes you lose it right in the last few turns, and then you get frustrated because you have to like set everything back up again, you know? I gotta think here. So what are the 3 that I go for with the... I go for the 3 there, right? Or do I go for the 3 there, and then I combine spear this? Oh, sorry, tip of the spear this. Or do I just combined effort, like this guy? I guess I should just play both of these together and go 32 and just sort of see what happens on the 27, and we play around that. Really annoyingly, he won't do anything. I guess we just play another Skelly. At least I can move him with the Black River to make like the combined effort work, I suppose. That's 18, 32. Yeah, okay. Okay, Shrike Fiend gets a go. I don't love that, but it's probably okay. So... because I think what I want to try and do here is I want to go... I actually want to make this skeleton... I want this skeleton to go forward. And I actually want to summon this skeleton towards this door. And we want to try and move him towards this door. Because we're not going to need 2 skeletons in this room. It's already too, like... botched up. Right, so firefight. Can I do these 3? Only range 3 and 4. So I'm going to need to move back in order to do that. Which I think is fine. Do we need to move back 1? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Obviously use the power potion, of course. I think we go for these because, like, if we draw a +1 here, that's fantastic, you know. I mean, that's still pretty good. That we will take. Oh, I can't do tip of the spear now, though, can I? Shoot. Oh, I can. Oh, I can. Question is, what are these guys doing? Cast fragile. Bleh. So I could move something and I could just like spear this, and I only get like. Is it not actually? Is it not? Yeah, then I get 1 instance of fragile, 1 instance of curse, or we just like attack 2. Just feels like a bit of a waste, but I think the Shrike Fiend we're going to have to ignore, because I just don't... I think it's better to go for the kill here. So we skip this. We move you... to here. And then we tip of the spear here. Oh yeah, Fussy. Love loot. Me too. Although this scenario is really difficult to pick up loot. Oh shoot, we got the shield thing. Yeah, no curse for me. Take the fragile. Like, that's fine. We'll just heal that off. Okay, this is pretty good going. Okay, this looks great. Do I just chill here and long rest? Honestly, I feel like long resting here is actually fine. My main concern is that this guy is just going to try and do something silly. But I can control him, I think, with my bone, my horn thing. Horn of command. That was incredibly lucky. And now I'm kind of screwed. I cannot switch now. You son of a gun. You've only gone and done it. No, I cannot. I mean, I can switch by using this, but I can't switch. I mean, it's basically going to force me into a long rest. Not good. Can move back and switch, can't I? I mean, I could switch using the top of this, but it's a burn, right? Like, this is only a move 2, and he needs to be 3 or 4 away from me. So... Oh, hang on. Is that a... Oh, that's a hex. Oh, I didn't see that hex. No, you're right. We're fine. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're fine. Whew. Good catch. Honestly, I wasn't sure. I was like, I think we go after the imp here just because he's more shifty. And we've got this advantage. So 3 means that we still kill it on a -2 or a -1. Just not a miss. Okay, I think I use this and I actually tell him to go this way. Because this is the way we need to go. Oh, actually, do I no, I don't reclaim essence. Obviously, I don't reclaim essence. I didn't realize I was doing that. Oh, no. I don't have to survive, right? Yeah, not all characters have to survive. We're fine. Just, you know, let me get that one out of the way. Maybe get rid of regroup now because it's a race to the end now. It's a race, right? We are now in a race. I don't really want to use Tip of the Spear because it is my best card for moving around. This is kind of the problem. I mean, I guess I only need to move... Nah, I don't need to move 8, do I? This could be really good if he's doing a ranged attack. Really good. Could be the difference here. I mean, in theory, I'm just going to run up and hit him again anyway with this character. I'm kind of saving some of these abilities. What's my attack modifier deck look like right now? Rubbish, basically. You can kind of see how this goes. 14 versus... No, we'll go 23. We'll see how this attack goes. Yeah, no matter what, he's going to move this way, huh? I mean, it is what it is. You are not playing nicely, are you? Come on, give me the +2s, the ×2s. I need it all. Alright, we might need to like set up a little extra pattern here. I can move him again. Now I'm starting to feel like I shouldn't have done this. This like feels very inefficient because we haven't killed it quite as fast as I was really hoping. You know, I was kind of hoping that we would kill it super fast and then this wouldn't really be a thing. What do we got? We've got combined effort. We've got rallying cry. Rallying cry is probably the best one of the bunch. Oh, slim pickings out here, huh? I mean, we did have a couple of really good turns, so I guess I can't be like too bothered. We'll go for a nice early disarm, because I think we're long resting here. We'll just go super late. It's just like not really what we need to be doing, you know? This is the problem. We're not really achieving what we need to achieve here. I could just let these two fight it out and kind of go. That's where my head's at right now. Yeah, Gemini, you got this. And potentially eventual Skelly. Hey, Green Freak. I am doing well, buddy. How are you doing? I said my voice might sound a little bit funny because I am coming off the back of a cold. I've not been very well like the past week, 10 days or so, but over the worst of it now. These are all good cards. Good cards. Right, how many of each do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think we get rid of a left side card, huh? Something that doesn't switch us particularly efficiently. I used to say Icebound Quells, to be honest. I mean, this is an attack 5, which is very nice with a PS1. You know, that could be the difference between killing a Frost Demon at some point. Could be the difference. Hornet Stingers. It's a move 3. Like, that might not seem like a lot, but right now it's pretty much the best I've got. I mean, I could, you know, maybe I should be thinking about the number of cards I have, like, in terms of playing, like, sets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so I have 5, which means I can get rid of a left side, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Whereas I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I have to get rid of a left side because then I kind of get equal turns, right? I guess. Okay, it's the kind of the way of doing it. Which is the worst one to get rid of? I mean, low initiative, an attack 5 with a pierce. And it consumes ice, and there is Frost Demons. So there's a chance that could be very good at a certain point. This is also pretty good against Ice Demons. Drag down, less so. The move 4 is good, though. Do I have a bottom switch? No. Okay, I think I have to get rid of drag down. Okay, right. Gemini, your job is literally just to kill this guy and then probably change. Can you do anything? No. The interesting thing is that all of this character's like... I mean, we could just sort of kite it. I suppose we could just kite it, couldn't we? We chill and we kind of hope that he moves around a bit. Combined effort could also just potentially move this guy back. Wow, yeah, I'm on long rest again, huh? But I'm gonna have to get rid of summons so that I've got something to play. Jesus. Yeah. No, I don't want to go that way. Leave me be. At least I can actually now use this, though. Oh, nice. Suck it. have my revenge. You hate baseball, or what happened? Did you lose the baseballs? The Bears won this weekend, so, you know, I'm kind of, like, quite happy right now. We won, and, like, I felt like the most exciting thing about the Bears was that, like, the locker room at the end of the game and the speech that Ben Johnson gave, and, like, just the atmosphere was just, like... It's hard to say, like, I've watched a lot of other teams' locker rooms look like that, and they've been good, successful teams. And the Bears locker room has, you know, had shown glimpses of that. We had it a little bit with Matt Nagy back in the day. He kind of had his, like, club dub thing and would, like, put music on, and they would, you know, it was, like, they would turn off the lights and they'd have, like, disco lights and stuff. They'd turn it into, like, a club, like an actual club. It was quite funny and quite good. And that team, like, flashed for a while. So, but it seems like players really like Ben Johnson, and it's like, yeah, it definitely feels different. Hang on, is he the one health one? I mean, I think I'm going to get rid of both of them anyway, if I can. Or is that bug still here? That bug's probably still here. That bug, the bug is here where you can't discard them. Oh no, it's there. It's good. Nice. I don't know what I can do aside from just chuck people out right now. The team blowing 10 plus game difference over the last month of the season. Oof. Yikes. What? Why was that? Like injuries or just like they just screwed it. It might need a short rest here. Obviously you need to open the door. Like, there's no... Yeah, I think I need to short rest. Offense basically died from what you can tell, but not too sure who to blame. Oh. Oh, it sucks, man. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's always, like, upsetting when teams kind of just collapse, you know? Can't even get to the door. Oh, I don't know what to do here. I feel like I summon and I heal, and then I kind of hope that next turn we can get in. And we can have like a big turn, because we're in a bad state of affairs here, chat. We're in a bad state of affairs. Like, we are just not... Don't open the door. Whatever you do, don't open the door. Not in a good position, you know? Definitely damage stamina in this scenario. Yeah, I mean, we do have some big cards left. So, I just need to get in. Like, it's just... really difficult to get in. We can get in next turn. We're going to have to do like some short resting. It is what it is. We're going to have to ignore so much of the loot. We got the chest. That's the important thing. We need some big turns. Like we need some big turns. Like, the way I see it is that, essentially... maybe I need to, like, move onto the door and then, like, move my summon in to then allow something like a nice tip of the spear, you know? So I go 1, 2, we move you. 2, move you to there. You go up to there. Hopefully get a tip of the spear on something. I don't think I can make another summon because it's sort of like, I mean I could, but I suppose they'll get a turn and then a long rest. And then next turn I'd have to short rest or long rest. I suppose I could summon, couldn't I? And then just immediately get rid of it. Like there's no real problem with that. So we need to switch again into our ranged form, don't we? But these are all discarded. So essentially we're kind of obviously dead and buried here, but we're not doing anything. We're basically playing these, and then we're probably long resting. But I can get the switch in case I need to short rest, right? Yeah, okay. Ooh-wee. So we go 1. Okay, it looks like we will be able to get 1. What do we have? Not too bad. Healing and an attack. Not too bad. They're moving closer to us. That's really good, actually. That's... what am I playing? Am I only doing a move 2 here? I am. So I can only get to there. So you have to go there. Get the extra shield up there. I always forget to use that ability, but it's actually pretty good. Yeah. We get a tip of the spear off. It's quite nice. We're gonna need to draw better than that, though. Like, I feel there's enough of us, you know? It's just whether or not the stamina is going to last. Like, I feel like we've got enough bodies. Oh, the heal pretty much negates everything anyway, huh? Oh, extra shield pays some dividends there. Right, so now we're gonna need to short rest on pretty much everyone, I think, right? I mean, in theory, we can kind of go here and we can do a big icebound quills. 1, 2, 3. What's the target, though? Do we do the Shrike Fiend or do we just, like, nuke or snow him? It's kind of an interesting proposition. If I long rest here, these guys don't really get a go. And they will get stuck. Similarly, if I don't go early, they won't get a go anyway. Right, if I go there, I could go for a rallying cry on the Shrike Fiend. So we could try and kill this. Rallying cry on the Shrike Fiend. We're then in a good position there. That means that in theory we can go for the long rest, and these guys would still, one of them would still get in and potentially do damage to the Shrike Fiend. And then we can burn them, and then we can go again. So that works. So in order for that to happen, we probably want to go pretty early here because we don't. The worst thing that could happen to us here is that if the imps play the shield card, like that would suck. Some scenarios you just don't have the headroom for things like loot and personal quests. Yeah, absolutely. You just need to throw them aside, really. And if you do them, you do them. So we short rest because we need to just jump over. So we just need to move. It doesn't really matter what it is. Tip of the Spear is a tough one to lose. It's a tough one. Because it is particularly good if those imps do play that shield card. But then I can never account for that, can I? And you could argue that actually maybe wound is better. So we got Rallying Cry. And so we're going to use Javelin as a move 2 with Jump Boots to get to here. We're going to Rallying Cry him. That's on 21. On 14, we're going to move to here and we're going to try and kill this. And we long rest. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good, I think. I mean, we're going to take some damage, but we're alive. Like, the scenario is alive. Okay, Icebound calls you. It's completely like, please don't whiff, please don't whiff, please don't whiff. Thank you. Give me my jump boots. Go. Yoink! Now we can rally and cry you. Super useful. Gets that disarm on. Fine. Let's go ahead. Doing damage. Let's go. Need to do this so we can get cards. You. Okay. Just bugged that a little bit there. Okay, well, we can only really have one summon, I would suggest, at this point. Bone Dagger is kind of like just the win card, if you like, if we need it. I think we're stabilizing. I think we're doing okay. Like, this guy's nearly dead. We're in a really good spot. We can now, I can slam combined effort on him and attack him for 3, but the wound doesn't stick, which sucks. But we're in a good place. I can short rest here as well. That is absolutely fine. That is actually, like, literally the best card to probably get rid of right there. Taking an enemy off the board's huge. Yeah, for sure. Like, combined effort is really what I want to do here, but I want to do it on him. You know? So I need to kind of get... I need to get to there. I need to attack this with my Geminate, but then get to there. Which is a bit tough when you're in ranged. I mean... I could into the embrace to attack this to pull it and just hope that we kind of get there. What are we doing here, though? We have no summons up. In theory there, I could have actually kept both of my summons up. And then I'd be 1 card down, right? And one of... Yeah, I'd be like 1 card down, I think. Or something. I think I would at least have 2 cards in my hand, basically, is what I'm saying. So I would have had 2 cards in my hand, so I could have gone an 18 and I could have just let my summons go to town on him. That might be a little bit of a mistake. Maybe I should have just kept the summons up, just because I would have basically gotten 1 turn of them attacking. Yeah, I would have had to have rest straight away, but at least then, you know, I would have had them on the board doing damage or taking a hit. The other option is to short rest for Rallying Cry. And just slam another Rallying Cry into this guy. Which is pretty good, I would say. If I do that, that then gives me the freedom on my Geminate to really do whatever I want. Which means that I can do the into my Embrace play on the Snow Imp. And then potentially heal. Actually, I won't need to heal because this should pop this. I mean, it really depends on the initiative this guy goes on. He could go super early. If he goes super early, then I feel like I would... Well, if he goes super early, I can do the Rallying Cry set for the charge, can't I? Yeah, okay, short resting seems good. So we need to redraw. We lose Javelin. That's fine, because we're going to go set for the charge. Rallying Cry. And then we're going to go into my Embrace on that guy. Then heal if we need to, or a move. I think that's fine. Then on you, we're obviously going to chuck a skeleton down. We're going to do that a little bit later, though, I think. Right, so there's the heal, which kind of speeds up, I think, what I need to do. I kind of need to maybe just go straight for this guy then. Also, really annoyingly, he's not attacking, so the disarm doesn't do anything. So that's annoying. Oh, we couldn't have known that. Oh, there it is. Right when we needed just a little bit of juice. We needed just a little bit of juice. So we got it. We absolutely got it. So now I need to be thinking about what's my next turn look like. Well, it's going to be a short rest combined effort into probably set for the charge, right? Hopefully. I mean, we basically, it might be combined effort Rallying Cry. So he's going to pull this to here. Okay. You come here for us. Heal. This is in range 1, right? Yeah. Skelly down. And so now we do short rest. And we kind of hope for set for the charge. I mean, I guess we could always... Yeah, we can... I mean, it is what it is, right? We can redraw. And then combined effort will hopefully be all we need to do to sew this game up, chat. That is the plan here. Oh, you son of a bitch. Well, that's one way to delay the game a little bit, my friend. And potentially make it very difficult for us to end this game. But I can also poison you, so... Your death is kind of inevitable, but... I don't know, man. Have I got any more turns left? That's me done, right? Me on a long rest, I'm done. I mean, there's PS3, but let's be honest, that's not really what we want to do. Do I need to switch? I do. And I'm just going to do a, what, like as an attack 2 or whatever? Yeah, probably. I mean, I guess it's worth trying to just flip bad modifiers out of the way, maybe? There you go. Oh! The ×2! It does the damage as well! Look at that. That's hilarious, dude. I mean, I can't do that now. I guess we just kind of look to do a bit of a fell remedy type situation. Get some XP here. It's got poison. It's got wound. We really just need to see it out now. I should be able to long rest. I mean, even short rest would probably get it done, actually. Short rest would probably get it done. And we just go on the 18. No, we will not be killing anything. That was fine. Long rest. Yeah, 20 minutes. Okay. Come on, Skelly. Nice. There it is. Beautiful. Who wants the loot? Yeah, I'm taking the loot. I'm taking the loot. I'm taking the loot. Give me them flexible slippers. Okay. I mean, a little bit of loot there. A little bit of reward. Considering that we missed most of the loot in this scenario, I think that's, you're taking that to the bank, maybe. That is good. Wow. Okay, well. I feel like they could have put like a little treasure chest at the back of this room, but I mean, no one's ever getting it, but they could have. I guess just get 1 XP, right? My 1 XP. Bone Shaper has some good support cards, yeah, for sure. And technically, nobody died. I mean, it was the last turn of the game for 2 of them, but technically nobody died. Nice. That was good. That was fun. You know, it was very close at the end there. But we figured it out. A nice timely ×2 swooped in. We got level 3 too. I'm interested in these stats actually. Did we do the battle goals as well? I wasn't even paying attention. But obviously, yeah, Pincushion, we did that with the Retaliate play at the start. Obviously, yeah, just kind of lucked into that one. Didn't really pay much attention to it. That's interesting, though, because the skeleton did the killing blow at the end. That must have been, like, the 3rd enemy. And then I guess we did this. I mean, I guess we played Regroup pretty consistently. And then we moved people around a little bit. But I didn't feel like we did that. Like, okay, we'll take it. How do we do? What? Okay, enemies killed 7. I don't see. Okay, explain.
Nice.
Okay, something is lying. Something's lying. Or maybe it counts my own summons that I killed or something. I mean, I probably... maybe it's counting the summons that I dismissed. Maybe. Possibly. That's strange. Geminate with the MVP damage done, though. That's good. Damage taken, 46. Honestly, that... again, feels like a bit strange, but I guess that's more so because I damaged myself. Plus, I took a few hits. I had to burn cards, right, to damage twice as well. Wow. And the fact that I managed it to the end of the scenario and I had to burn 2 cards to damage on the Bone Shaper, that's crazy. Loads of healing done. Loot collected. XP earned 14. That is very good. 11 is actually pretty strong for the balance bit too for me. Like I'm normally not very good at lining up them formations, but we really lined up the formations really well in this scenario. We probably hit sort of two to maybe 3 formations sort of like per rest cycle. That was really good. And then Geminate kind of not as much XP, but you know, the XP that we did earn was pretty crazy. Half of that XP came from 1 card. That's the insane part about that. Came from that 1 Retaliate card. Awesome. Well, I'm glad we've done that. The 1 step closer to, well, I think we should now have Raven's Roost.
Feather and flesh coat the ivory bridge, but the fiends are gone, their wasted bodies fallen into the crashing waters below. The birds that remain caw furiously and retreat westward toward a far distant line of trees. The air grows silent, except for the steady
It's
tide,
our golden jubilee.
and you give yourselves a moment
So it
to
is,
think.
Phantom. 50 months in a row, buddy.
The
Thank you so
northern
much.
coast is a madness
Support. Happy
unique
Jubilee,
to
buddy.
itself.
The quest
That such
continues, my
strange
friend. How you
things
doing?
can
Hope you're doing
exist
well.
Up here at the end of the world stretches your minds to the limits of wonder. What more awaits you beyond these bone bridges? If these are only the
Time
outermost
to drink some
edges
tea.
of the place.
I drank a lot of tea today. I had like
and see that the
3
coast
cups of
bends
tea.
to the north. You can continue following it.
That's a lot, even
hoping
as a
to
Brit,
reach wherever
you know?
the shard of coral is leading you. Or you look back at the western forest. Or you could make a small detour and see what oddities lie hidden
Keeping
in
busy,
the
nice.
trees.
Yeah, it's going well. We've been like renovating the house. Well, I would say renovating. Decorating is the correct term. Like renovating would imply that we're like smashing things down. We're not doing that. We're painting and building. So we had a lot of DIY projects at the moment. Like the last 2 nights. Like I was gonna stream last night, but then I got involved with trying to wire up a new main light in our living room. And like so the electrics in this house, the house is pretty old. So the house is like from, I think it's like the late 60s, early 70s is when the house was built, and it's built without an earth wire in the lighting, which is fine because like as long as you use, you know, whatever it is, like non-conductive materials and like protected materials, insulated materials, then it's fine. Like it's you don't need an earth. But it caused me a load of drama because we wanted to fit like some metal switches and stuff. So that was like the first revelation that happened yesterday, was we realized we couldn't fit like the brass switches that we liked without getting the house completely rewired, which is just kind of like, yeah, not really an option right now. But then I was doing a light fitting and like I couldn't, like I had to like get out like a wiring diagram, and I'm actually like pretty proud that I figured this out, but it's a really basic wiring diagram. But I had to actually like draw out an electrical wiring diagram for it because I managed to like find out which one was like the main supply, and then I couldn't work out which one was the switch, and then why the switch wasn't working, and then we wired it together. And then we turned it on and broke the switch because the switch just blew up, basically, because like the fuse in the switch went. Because I wired it into, I basically created a loop, I think, by accident, like where it was like basically looping the switch over and over again, I guess, and it blew the fuse in the switch. So then spent ages trying to figure that out yesterday, and then realizing, okay, I don't have the right junction box for it because I need a new junction box. So then we get a new junction box today, and we try that out. And the new junction box that we got today was too big, it didn't fit. So then I kind of had to hack the old ceiling rows, and luckily it kind of fits inside of our new light fixture because it's got a hidden part at the top. So I had to kind of rewire it all, and I had to draw out the wiring diagram.
Nice.
And I was so happy that I got it to work, and I got a new switch today. Like, we wanted a dimmer switch, and it works. I was like, yes. And then when we came to like fit it to the wall, I was like, oh crap, the box in the wall is too small for the new dimmer switch. So I'm gonna have to try and like, I'm like, okay, that's a jump for another day. I want to go stream. I want to play Frosthaven. I don't want to like work on this anymore. So yeah, we were doing that. So yeah, we're mainly just decorating at the moment. So like we decorated the front room, and then my plan is to decorate this office at some point in the next sort of month. That's the plan. And then also to decorate the spare bedroom, because we're gonna have a party in like 5-6 weeks. We're gonna have a party, and we're inviting a load of people over, like housewarming Halloween party. So we kind of like need to get a few things done. The best part of renovating, demolition. I absolutely love destroying things. I mean, it's so much fun. Like in my last house, there were several walls that needed to come down, and I was like, I'm doing that job. Thanks. It's like, well, are you sure we could get the builder to do it? I'm like, no. Give me a sledgehammer. I'm doing that job. Enthusiast, thank you so much for the resub, buddy. 27 months in a row. The quest continues, my friend. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. But yeah, electrics are like it kind of tickled my brain in the right way. I was very pleased with myself that I figured it out. Like, it's not difficult, but it's kind of hard to get your head around sometimes, I think, because it feels like it should be super difficult, but actually, like, wiring is not that difficult. You just make sure you're really careful and you don't, electrocute yourself. All right, what do we get? We got a dead raven. Yes, I've always wanted one of those. Realm of Endless Frost, Raven's Roost, and the bone boots, of course. Yeah, from the chest. So I think we need to go and do Raven's Roost. The dead raven. During allies, a ranged attack ability, add muddle and curse to one attack. I mean, it feels like it should be a... Yeah. Feels like it should be you. It's just like thematically,
the side gate to town
at least.
has been left unlatched, and the rigorous procedures around it leave only one conclusion. There's a traitor in your midst. Captain Olmsted has narrowed it down to 4 guardsmen who were on shift last night. He asks you to interrogate each of them in turn.
Oh, not this again.
The Orchid
Not
says,
this again.
The Savas and the human are innocent.
The Valrath says.
It wasn't the Savas or the Orchid.
The Savas says.
The Orchid is to blame.
The human says.
It was either the Savas or the Valrath.
You're pondering who did it when a glowing portal opens.
Here he comes again.
Esther in an unusual hat. He smiles, his translucent skin a swirl of star stuff.
Quite the conundrum. I should note that just one of them is lying.
Before you have a chance to inquire further, he's gone.
Okay.
Who unlocked the gate?
It's this thing again. Okay, let's work this out. Okay. Just one of them is lying. Okay, so... The Orchid says the Savas and the human are innocent. Okay. The Valrath says it wasn't the Savas or the Orchid. So, 2 people have said the Savas are innocent. So, therefore, they are not lying because they're collaborating each other's stories. So, the Orchid's not lying, the Valrath is not lying because they're collaborating on that. Right? Because otherwise, they would be lying. So that would also mean that if they are telling the truth, that the human is innocent and also the Orchid is innocent. So it was either the Savas or the Valrath. The Orchid is to blame. The Savas and the human are innocent. It wasn't the Savas or the Orchid. Okay, so they're collaborating. Okay? So that must mean that they are telling the truth. Must be. Because only one person can lie. So it must be someone who is this is all good. So it must be someone who is blaming the Valrath. Whoever says it's the Valrath is lying. It was either the Savas or the Valrath. So you're lying. The Orchid is to blame. No, you're lying. The Savas is lying. Savas is lying. The Orchid is to blame. That's a lie. That's a lie. You lie, sir, because this guy is telling the truth. And this is, and he says it wasn't the Savas or the Orchid. So you're lying. So it was either the Savas. So that is also the truth. And we know it can't be the Savas because this guy's telling the truth. So it is the Valrath. The Valrath unlocked the gate. Definitely sus Valrath, yeah.
He hangs his head.
I can't live another day in this place. I've got some Algox to agree that if I let them in, they'd destroy the town. And without something left to guard, I could return home to White Oak. This isn't a life.
You learn afterwards
Unbelievable.
that he paid the Savas a month's wages to cover for him. The Valrath will get his wish. Both he and the Savas are sent back to White Oak for punishment as soon as the pass opens back up. Curious that the helpful Esther showed up at just the right time. You wonder if you'll see him again.
Coinky dink. He just turns up. 10 XP though. It's quite nice. We leveled up on the Geminate too, didn't we? Nice. Very nice. Okay. Cards. Let's go cards, shall we? So what did we took? We took Venomous Barbs because we were like, I don't know. I guess we were trying to go for some sort of crazy retaliate build, I think was what we were trying to do. Which means then that Mandible Storm would, in theory, be a very, very good card because we could kind of go bang, bang, double burn, have at it, you know? The top is actually a really pretty nice ability, actually, too. That's like that would probably end up being our best attack, our best reusable attack at this stage for sure. Dragonfly Surge, attack for 6 only at range 4 and 5. Consume fire or light to gain advantage and add wound 1 XP. That's a very nice attack. All your attacks this round gain PS2 and advantage. Poison yourself, switch. That's very good if you position yourself well. And you want to use like that combos really well with Firefly Storm, is it? You'd have to be in the right position though. So it's kind of like you'd have to set up. And I think Firefly Storm is also like a terrible initiative, is it not? Yeah. Firefly Storm. But it would work quite well with something like, you know, a decent drag down. A decent... Oh, no, you wouldn't be able to use it with drag down because it's right hand side. So you'd have to use it with... Scarab Flight, I guess? I mean, Scarab Flight's attacking 2 things. Let's be honest. I feel like this is the awkward thing about this character, is that you're kind of like, well, in a normal situation, right? In like a normal game, a normal class, an attack 6 with kind of some restrictions, really. I mean, it's an attack 6 only range 4 and 5, so it's limiting. There might be situations where you cannot use this exactly as you'd like to. Then also has consume element requirements to kind of make it like the super juiced version, right? For 1 XP, like you present this card to most classes, especially like Gloomhaven classes. It's a bit different in Frosthaven because the power level is a bit more balanced and lower. But if you like to put that up against like a Gloomhaven card, you'd be like, that's an awful card. Why would I take that? Like, it's single target. It goes against everything that I've kind of learnt to how to play and how to play well, because you just don't take high damage single targets. You just don't, unless yes, there's boss scenarios that you can benefit from things like this, but they're kind of few and far between, and you'd much rather just, well, I'll have like an X sideboard card or something, Like we have literally a card that attacks for 5. It's a melee attack. It attacks for 5 with Pierce. at level 1, you know? This is a little bit better. The advantage in the wound is very nice, but the advantage could be a wash. Doesn't get you anything. Not necessarily going to make, you know, suddenly turn it into a massive plus damage card. It prevents you from missing, which is nice. And the wound's obviously good, but I'm leaning towards Mandible Storm, mostly because I feel like the top is actually our best reusable attack card from what I've seen. I'm a little bit nervous about kind of like, you know, overloading all my best cards on the melee side, but I think isn't that in general what people do with this character? Is that they kind of just go either kind of more melee or more range, and then you kind of maybe take one good card from the other side that works well, maybe generates an element or helps you out. The problem again though is no element generation. So, you know, when am I going to get to use this? I mean, I could probably try and add it in at some point. But on the face of it, I think Dragonfly Surge is you know, if you're talking about the Geminate, it's a card that you can use because you've got, you know, the ability to burn a lot of cards. So carrying a card like this, it's a bit like, you know, Scoundrel, right? The Scoundrel, you have a couple of big cards that you can burn for damage that do more damage than this, but you have a very low hand size, so you kind of need to wait until the end or the opportune moment, otherwise you burn out too fast. Well, Geminate, you don't have that issue. You can just kind of go at it. It's quite freeing in that respect. This also is a switch on the top, and in theory I could just go in and just attack 2 things for 3, or 1 thing for 3 with Immobilize and muddle myself. Like, that's fine, right? Honestly, as far as, like, you know, control pieces go, this is pretty good. I'm going to go for Mandible Storm. Perky perks. We have 2 perks because the Battle Goal. Nice. Very nice. Whenever you perform an action with a lost icon, you may discard 1 card to recover 1 card from a discard pile of equal or lower level. Is that good? Whenever you perform it just feels like you'd have to be burning cards a lot, and I don't know. Obviously it's 2 perk points, so it's got to be pretty decent. I don't know about it. Maybe I should, like, just get a load of elements together. Maybe I should just, you know, do something like that. Maybe I should just slam a load of transmutation perks just to kind of make the element generation go a little bit smoother for me. You gotta think, if I'm playing like a tanky build, what kind of cards do I want? Well, I want heals. That's for sure. I mean, getting rid of the -2 just seems like a no-brainer here. I'm going to get this. I think it's just going to... I mean, I wouldn't normally get something like this, but... I just feel like... It's adding a point of damage, technically. And it's making it a bit easier for me. That's the town. Back to the outpost. Right, what can we do in the outpost? Not a lot, I don't think. Can we upgrade these yet? 6 wood. Are you kidding me? How do I not have 6 wood right now? Well, now do I have 6 wood? No? What? 5 wood. Do we have enough to do this? Need 6 wood as well. I guess I didn't do a very good job of anything, did I? Upgrades. Upgrade the wall. If we upgrade the wall, I mean, we may as well. We've got to upgrade everything at this point in time, so... Yes, it's using all of our... Hang on, upgrade. Donate. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I kept pressing refund there. Refund! Refund! Right, so that's 5. Fairly close to retiring, so... I feel okay basically donating everything from her. Nice. Basic wall is under construction. Barracks. I think that's pretty much everything that we can do. I don't think there's much more we can do to upgrading, is there? I think we're kind of maxed. We're almost maxed out. In terms of blueprints, though, we did get some blueprints. We got bone boots. That's what we got. After your ability where you kill an enemy, perform move 4. Ooh. That seems quite good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Restful Slippers. During your short rest, instead of randomly losing one of your discarded cards, draw 3 random discarded cards and choose which one to lose. What? What's the point in that? What if the 3 random cards that you draw are ones you don't want to get rid of? How is this any better than just doing a normal short rest? Am I missing something, chat? Is this like some sort of like weird... There's some kind of like weird math going on here that I'm not seeing? I could understand if you could like choose the 3 cards, then randomly discard one of those 3. That would be cool. But instead of randomly losing... So let's say I had 10 cards, right? So I got 10 cards. So instead of randomly losing 1 of 10... I'm then going to draw 3 of those cards. And I'm going to lose one of those 3. How does that change the odds? Because in theory... In fact, it might even make the odds worse. Because I have 1 in 10. So I'm picking from 1 in 10. I'm then actually taking... So that's like... Let's say that's a 10% chance, right? It's a 10% chance that I hit the card. Now there's actually a 30% chance that I hit the card. And then there's a 1 in 3 chance that that card will be the one that I lose. Because if you've never been in a position at 1 health and really not to burn a specific card. But it's still 3 random cards. Do you know what I'm... Like... I don't know if I'm just being like thick here and I'm not seeing it. But like the way that I see the odds is that it guarantees that you don't lose. How? How? Because I have 10 cards. Normally I would pick 1 of 10, right? 10% chance that I hit it. Now you're saying, no, you don't pick 1, you pick 3. Okay, right. Now there's a 30% chance that I hit that card that I don't want to hit. And then there's a 1 in 3 chance of that card being the one that is lost. Or am I just mad? You can pick 3. That's not what this says. You get to choose which one of the 3. Oh. Right. Final part of it. I don't know why I couldn't read the card. Read the card. MQ. Read the card. Literally written on the card. Choose which one to lose. It happens if I literally read the last line of text. Okay. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, I deserve that. Oh, God. Okay. It's getting late. It's like 11 p.m. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's actually good because basically you can try and you've got a good chance to hit the card that you actually want to get rid of, which is more of the point. The point is you get a bit more control over that and a bit higher odds to hit the cards. And yes, you're right. When you're down to like when you're at the end of the scenario and you're down to your last few cards, your short rests kind of almost turn into long rests without the heal, right? And obviously recovering items. So it kind of like when you're down to your final kind of like 3 to 5 cards or whatever in your discard, then you are kind of almost having a long rest type deal there, but not quite. You've always found better uses for footwear than this. I feel like with footwear, the biggest problem that the Haven games have is that people are just going to always want plus movement or jump, And I think it's very difficult. Like, I think for a boot to take over from that, it really needs to do something special, And to be fair, this actually is quite an interesting item. Like, actually, you get like a really nice kind of like you get the ability to just short rest a bunch. And if you were a character that also maybe gets bonuses for that, so let's say for example you were playing, I don't know, like the Geminate has some examples where like short rests can be used in your favor. Like it plays into like classes that want to short rest or do not have as many downsides to short rests. Data drive is better, backup drives, speed boots, and the loot slippers. Yeah. I feel like flexible slippers is nice, just kind of... It's nice early on for just kind of like positioning purposes. It's quite good when like we have a lot of summons. The summons sometimes block the loot, the hexes of the loot. Yeah, I think flexible slippers are pretty good. We picked up the Tranquil shoes as well. The start of your turn, if your initiative is 60 or higher and you are not performing a long rest, perform heal oneself. That's actually pretty good for this character, I would say. Actually very good for this character. Because we could just go like summons, heal 1, go again. Like, it's actually really good for the Bone Shaper. Free heals? We'll take it. Some classes have feats for short and long rest. Usually you pick one. Yeah. Yeah. So I see Restful Slippers having like a really good impact there. Short rest and you get that flexibility of choosing cards a bit more. But then don't a lot of the short rest kind of perks kind of also offer like similar benefits? Like doesn't the Geminate card or something do like... Yeah, right? Like, oh, I just have a card that does that. You know? Like, okay. So do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I think maybe the Blink Blade might have had something to do with short resting. But like, because generally speaking, it's incentivized to long rest to get time tokens. But yeah, when you kind of like, oh, I could just burn this and then it's even better. I don't even need the tranquil shoes or whatever, the shiny shoes. Restful slippers. I think we're going to move on to the tranquil shoes. This is really good. Bone boots is definitely like... Bone boots, I think, is the one. Because this could be... This could get silly, right? This could get out of hand a little bit. This would it'd allow you to do like double... like attack tops and attack bottoms, right? So if you had a character who was generally quite slow but has some really good attack bottom abilities, you could just kind of use this as your, you attack, kill something, then you get to move, and then you can use the bottom attack. Seems really good. I think certain characters would absolutely like have a field day with this, I think. Tranquil shoes with Drifter healing persistent. Oh yeah. Although having said that, you might end up triggering it too soon. Like too much almost. That's the thing with the Drifter. You got to be careful. Like you don't want to use all your charges too soon. Like I could see that happening with Tranquil shoes. You had the boost that gave you +4 move but immobilized you, except you had the immune to immobilize perk. Yeah, the kind of break the game perk. We got a lot of nice items now, right? Just no way of making them. Like I'm quite slow at collecting the herbs, unfortunately. Cool. Well, I think that's all we're gonna have time for today. But next up, Raven's Roost, I guess. Harrowers. As we work our way towards retiring our Bone Shaper. You played Blink Blade through level 9, it was so fun. You were a swirling dervish of damage. Yeah, Blink Blade's awesome. Awesome. I feel like Blink Blade's probably been like my favorite like character, because I didn't play Blink Blade in physical. So far, I think playing like in digital of characters that I have not played in physical, I think Blink Blade's been my favorite. Because I've played Fist. Funnily enough, like Banner Spear, I'm having a good time with. And that was a class I didn't think I was necessarily going to have a good time with. Bone Shaper 2, to be fair. Bone Shaper 2. But Bone Shaper for different reasons. I think Blink Blade, you just feel like super powerful. You're just running around, killing things really quick. Like, even at level 1, like a lot of people, you know, obviously you're playing level 1, the Drifter feels really strong at level 1. Like in your party, you're kind of playing and like, oh, that Drifter, huh? Seems to be doing a lot of damage, getting a lot of XP. Like it ramps quickly, but then it kind of plateaus and just kind of stays at a pretty consistent level. Whereas the other classes, I think, kind of get a bit zany and can get better. Blink Blade, I think, starts strong and then gets even stronger. Like, it kind of just keeps going. If you're playing, like, the first scenario, I think the two classes that will really wow you, like, you'll come away from that first scenario of Frosthaven, is the Drifter and the Blink Blade. Like, you'll just come away thinking, wow, these two classes are crazy. Now, you know, you might... If someone has a really amazing Deathwalker turn, you might see it. But I felt for the most part, the other classes are just kind of like, you know, they need a few levels, they need some items, they need a bit of time to get going. Yeah, the Deathwalker can have very explosive scenarios early on as well. But I do feel like Blink Blade just almost plays itself like the Drifter in a way, which is why I find it very confusing that it has such a high complexity rating. Because yeah, okay, I can see like maybe playing it to a really high level, it is hard like to really min-max the time tokens, and obviously there's a lot of abilities that look very similar but aren't quite the same. The ordering of the abilities is important and different. And also, of course, you've got 2 sets of abilities on each card with the fast and slow, which can be a bit overwhelming because you've got just like double the amount of abilities essentially. But I don't think the complexity is that bad, really. I think you just kind of focus on like, okay, what do I need to do? I want to go fast. Great. I'm just going to go use the fast actions and I'm just going to go and kill this thing. And off you go. And then when you run out of time tokens, you go, oh, okay, I guess I have to go slow now. You know? I think that's actually just fine, especially when you're playing on lower levels of difficulty, and that you will get through okay. The iconography in digital is much better than physical, since digital just shows everything for the mode you are in for Blink Blade. Yeah, that's true, Kira. That is true. Although still not perfect. Is there still that weird bug where it kind of highlights the other half when you're in... Like, I've had it before where... Like, I'm going fast, but it will highlight the slow side. But it will still use the fast side, but like the UI likes of those will highlight the wrong side. Seems like a tough bug to like fix. Nice. All right then. Little savey. New save. It's frosty time. This issue is the physical map with removable stickers utter garbage. In what way, like, man? Like in terms of the like the way it looks, or do you mean like more to do with like its construction, or like far from overlapping correctly? Yeah, I had some issues with mine too. Yeah, like getting the positioning right, like it was really tricky. Like if you thought the Gloomhaven stickers were fiddly, the Frosthaven ones are even worse. Really paranoid about trying to like get it right, and get him in the right spots, but yeah, tough. And also the build quality of the board, mine fell apart. Like the join in the middle of the board just got worn and it fell apart. I mean, I guess it's probably a pretty common problem for most board games. Just like there aren't many board games that I've owned that I've kind of had a big board like that and it's heavy and that I've opened up again and again and again, you know? Whereas that board is, you know, even in just one session, we might open it and close it a few times. Just to kind of clear it away when we're playing a scenario. So, like, I feel like the strength of that join on there needs to be better. Community where they at least went back to good map tiles that don't warp. Yeah, for sure. Although we were talking about like obviously like warping tiles is also just kind of like something that can happen in your environment as well. So although I felt like the Frosthaven tiles, they were leaving the factory warped pretty much, or I guess the conditions they were stored in the factory were not ideal. But yeah, certainly, you know, if you got like high humidity where you store your game, it will kind of absorb that and they will warp regardless, I guess, 'cause it's cardboard. But yeah, I agree. One thing I was very happy with is the fact that the tiles weren't warped coming out of the box. which is they were definitely warped coming out of the box before. Yeah, nice. Let's go. I have a dehumidifier that I sort of run in the small rooms that I have, but no, I'm not. I've really had any issue in the UK. You prefer either map tiles or a map book instead of a whole board because the board has no purpose. Yeah, well, I would say the purpose of the board is kind of to be a nice bit of artwork at the end. Like it kind of tells a story. Is what the board is for. Some people hang it on their wall. Whatever you do, it really depends on the way you look at it. Like it is some nice artwork. It tells a story. You can, look over it and say, oh, I remember that scenario. I remember when we went there. I remember when we did those sections. You can hang it on your game room wall as a trophy when you complete your campaign. That's, I guess, kind of like the idea. But yeah, certainly you could easily replicate that kind of thing with a book or even just like some paper or something. I thought about framing it so we could just hang it and put the stickers on it there, but never did. Yeah, might be something for me to do for the new game room. I've got my big Pandemic Legacy display that my friend did for me. But I haven't done anything Gloomhaven-y. I want to do that for the new office. Gloomhaven 2 has treated you well so far, having tons of fun with it. I'm really excited to try, and I'm also most people seem to be coming back really positive on it, and I find that very interesting because obviously Gloomhaven original was #1 on Board Game Geek for a very long time, and the reasons why it's not #1 can be, not #1 anymore, or can be argued. I feel like there's some good faith in there. There's some bad faith. I feel like, I don't begrudge the games that are above it because the games that are above it are incredible games, and some of my favorite games. So, but I do find it interesting, and I wonder with Gloomhaven 2nd edition, will that be the kind of bump up? Potentially to bring it back up to #1. I mean, I don't think they've got separate listings, do they? I don't think so. I'll go check now. I don't think they do. It does have a separate. It does have a separate listing, and it is currently ranked 6,874. And it is ranked 7.6. Lots of high scores. Yeah, lots of the listing for this on Board Game Geek on the 2nd edition has the same issues where this person has just given it a 1, saying, I now hate Gloomhaven and everything it stands for. I would never pick it up again, and I certainly would not advise anyone else to. I mean, what does everything that Gloomhaven stands for? What does Gloomhaven stand for that you hate so much? It'd be nice to maybe put that in your post. Someone gave it a 1, a terrible downgrade of the old art style. I mean, that's reasonable, if you don't like the new art style. But again, you're literally just degrading to rate something a 1. Creator telling people to give 10 stars during the Kickstarter is absurd. Who did that? Did anyone say that? Frustrated, no upgrade kit, and making no upgrade kit. Just make a new game then. Well, they did. That was what they did. I don't know what you mean. Zolfa, thank you so much for the reset, buddy. I'm not sure why that didn't play. Why didn't that play? Oh no.
Yippee.
There we go. Is it pos? Is it supposed to be pos 2 or pos 1? Oh no. I'm confused. I might be able to replay that. I'm not sure why my alerts were not working on this. Okay. Okay, it's all at pos 1. 100% it's pos 1. Yeah, there you go. Fixed. Thank you, Ziffer. First, I really appreciate it. When here comes Tweenie.
Still staying strong, bud.
You or me? See you again, bud. 59 months from my oldest sub. Oh, I appreciate it very much, man. Hope you're doing well. It was just the first, so super groundbreaking for the series. It's the same reason you say Toy Story 1 is better than Toy Story 3. Toy Story is probably the better movie, but you wouldn't say that out loud. What? Toy Story 2 is pretty good too. 1 star cash grab. Nice. They added the freaking puzzle book into Gloomhaven. 2 star. Why would you give it 2 out of 10? Yeah, this is like, oh, yeah, you're lost in the terrible stuff in here about Gloomhaven Second Edition. But interesting, Gloomhaven Second Edition does have its own listing on Board Game Geek, so it will be interesting to see how far it will eventually kind of crawl. Because there will be a point, I guess, when you get through like the kind of Kickstarter people, and it actually kind of gets out a little bit more into the wild, and people are naturally picking it up and playing it who have never played anything from Gloomhaven. Because as far as I'm aware, I don't think original Gloomhaven is going to be supported, like in terms of printed anymore. This will be the definitive version, so be it as it may. Both, really? Yeah. I thought as much. Just stuck in a part of the puzzle book in Frosthaven. The symbols should be letters based on how you first decode their alphabet, except it's gibberish at some point. I would love to help you, Batman, but I was awful at the puzzle book. So everyone will attest to that. It's my least enjoyable element from Frosthaven. I would probably advise taking a look at the guide. Was it Dwarf who did the guide? Who did kind of like a hints thing? You did look at Reddit? Okay. I was gonna say that's give some good tips on each page, sort of thing. Yeah. Good night, Kira. And that's probably my cue as well. So have a good night. Awesome. Well, guys, it was lovely to see you all, and a successful scenario. Can't ask for anything more, really, can you? I will be back probably next week now, I think. Still got a lot of stuff to do around the house. Still got a lot of DIY to do. But looking forward to when I'm hoping that maybe within the next couple of weeks we're going to get a date for when the first update for Frosthaven, like the one with the 3 new classes coming. I really hope we get like an actual date for that early October. So hopefully within the next week or so, because then I can kind of plan maybe some stuff around that as well, which would be nice. Was now in the book, it's long times between plays, and then you have to realize on which page and where in the book you've been stuck. Yeah. I feel like the idea of the puzzle book was that you'd probably like finish your session and take it away and work on it. And that's kind of how we did it in Gloomhaven. But the problem with the Frosthaven one is that like you need it to progress, so it kind of like it forces the issue of why you're sat around at the table. Whereas the Gloomhaven one was cool because all we would do is we would kind of casually work through it like in our group chat. Like we would take a photo of it and then we would just post it in the group chat, and then we would just kind of like casually like, oh, like on our lunch break we would just look at it and try to solve it. Go Jags. Are we playing the Jags this year? I don't think we are. Jags are doing well though, right? You look 2-1 or something? Better than the Bears right now, at least. I mean, all I can say is we got the same record as the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Baltimore Ravens. So, you know. Can't like, you know. Can't be that bad. Right. Good night, everyone. I will see you again soon next week. As always, have a great rest of your day if you have any of it left. Have a great rest of the week and the weekend. And I will catch you guys next week. All right, everyone. I will see you later. Bye.